Hey guys, I'm back with another beatbox tutorial. It's been a while since I uploaded a beatbox tutorial. I know you guys have been asking, but here it is. Today we have a tutorial on, I'll be teaching you some of the advanced whistle techniques that I do. Some of them I have really good control on, some of them I don't, but I think I'm able to explain them to you so you can learn. I'll also include links below to each tutorial, other tutorials I mean, so you can learn from them, to gather more information. The more you have, the better, right? And the next tutorial after this one would probably be on throat basses, variations like inward bass, vibration bass, chest bass. Yeah, so stay tuned. So today's tutorial will be on advanced whistles. I'll be including timestamps for each whistle if you want a specific whistle tutorial, and I'll include in the comments and description. Let's just begin with the tutorials. The first whistle I'll be teaching today will be the hollow whistle, and it sounds like this. So the concept of this hollow whistle is actually not that hard. It's just hard to actually get the whistle because it takes time for you to get the whistle. You just have to keep doing it. Don't be lazy. If you know you're on the right track, don't stop. Just keep doing it. You'll get it. How do you actually do this whistle? How I learned it, you first have to know how to do the hollow clap. But it's not important. You can actually get this whistle without knowing the hollow clap, but it's best if you do know how to do the hollow clap because it sounds much better. If you don't know how to do the hollow clap, I'll leave links down below to other tutorials for hollow claps because I won't be going in depth for that one. But in short, hollow clap is just you slamming your tongue on the bottom of your mouth while hollowing your throat. It's just like. Now if you know how to do the hollow clap, the next steps are very easy. So what you're gonna do is you do a light whisper. You can actually do a more pressured whisper, but that comes later with different pitching on the hollow whistle. But start with the lighter one so you don't get tired practicing it. What you're gonna do is you combine these two sounds, so the hollow clap and then the whispering, light whispering. So it's like, or you can just do it continuously. So now while you're doing this, try to make an O shape with your mouth. So it's gonna be like. Now while you're making that O shape, experiment with different positions of that O shape. For me, I tighten my lips a bit. So if you notice, if I'm doing the hollow whistle, it looks like this. You notice my lips are a bit tightened because I'm tightening them when I'm doing this hollow whistle. Some people just make a normal O shape. It depends on you how you learn the hollow whistle. But you can experiment. You just have to do this one. And just experiment with that O shape positioning. And once you get that faint, if you notice that faint, it won't be a strong whistle, but you can actually notice that faint whistle coming, like you're on the right track. You'll notice it once you just keep experimenting, keep doing it. You have to spam it a lot because that's the only way you get that whistle. You have to really keep on doing it. You can also experiment with different pressures of that whisper sound. You can go more harder pressure or more lighter one, or more lighter. So you have to experiment with these and you can get it. Yeah, you'll get it eventually. The next tutorial would be tooth whistle. It can be done in many ways actually. I'll be teaching you one of the ways, inwards and outwards, that I do. The inwards one sounds like this. I'm not very good with the inward tooth whistle actually, to be honest, but I know how it works. And there's one outward tooth whistle, which is really cool, and it sounds like this. Let's start with the inward one. So basically you're gonna use your bottom lip and you have to attach it with your upper teeth like this. It's like you're about to say an F, but you're not. But you have to position that bottom lip in a way that the air only comes in from the middle part. So I don't know if you can see it, but see how there's like an opening in the middle? That's what you want in that position, because that's where the whistle will end. That's where the air will enter, creating the whistle. That's the first step. The second step is to bring your tongue a bit closer to that same position. So usually my tongue position is like this. Actually, many people have different tongue positioning on this one. A good way is to maintain that position, and then you just inhale air. Make sure the air just goes in only from the middle opening, and you have to experiment with your tongue position. So try to bring your tongue closer to that opening. Do not touch it because you have to let air in. So you just bring your tongue near that positioning, that opening, and just experiment with different positions until you get that whistle. Like I said, I don't have much control on this sound, but that's actually how I do it. I think that's how a lot of people do it. Just have experiment with that tongue positioning and you'll get it. Now for the outward tooth whistle, tongue positioning is a bit similar to the tooth whistle. It's just your tongue will be fully attached to your the roof of your mouth and also the upper teeth. So it looks like this one. You notice how my tongue is covering almost all parts of my teeth except the middle part, because I want the air pressure to come out from that middle opening, from this hole. What you're gonna do is try exhaling the air from that opening. And while doing that, try bringing your bottom lip near to that opening. So it's like this. Imagine like you're trying to do that, but in this one your tongue position should be the same. So you have to hold that tongue position. You just have to mess with your bottom lip, basically just curling your lip upwards towards that opening, covering your bottom teeth, just like. Now with this whistle, again you have to experiment with the positioning, because not everyone has the same like mouth tongue structure, so it depends on how they position and how they learn from the beginning. So you have to experiment again. Now note that my tongue is not really touching the roof of my mouth. I'm covering the upper portion using my teeth. So the sides of my tongue are against the top, these molars. So it's not, you know, bringing air out from the sides. I'm concentrating the air just on the tip. Instead of that, I'm using my tongue a bit downwards so it covers the molars. That's the tongue positioning basically, and you just have to experiment with that lip position. For the next whistle tutorial, I think this is a bit hard. It's the cheek whistle or K-snare whistle. I don't know what to call it. I haven't heard other beatboxers do it except Given does it sometimes. I came up with it by myself. I did not watch any tutorial on it, but you know, I don't know what to call it. Basically it sounds like this. The reason I call it cheek whistle or K-snare whistle, because the whistle comes from the K-snare position, especially if you're doing any side of the snares. I do it from the right side, so this is a bit hard to explain. I'll try my best. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna do a K-snare, but you have to exhale, right? So but instead of exhaling, usually K-snares they exhale from both sides, but usually what I do in my K-snare, I exhale only from the right side where I'm doing the K-snare. How I do it is I cover with using my tongue. So I'm covering all the opposite side. I'm blocking the air from coming out, so the air is only concentrated from the right side where my K-snare is actually happening. This is actually a rim shot, not a K-snare to be precise. So you have to learn how to do the rim shot. I have a tutorial on it. Go check it out. Basically, when you're doing that tongue positioning and you're letting air exhaling with that rim shot, you notice there's a pocket being created here. If I do that, I don't know if you can notice. You see that little pocket? So you have to create that pocket when you're exhaling that air from your rim shot. And normally your cheeks is a bit close, near to that K-snare position, because this whistle will need your cheek really close. Normally it's really close, like you know, if you're doing the normal rim shot, your cheek is already resting there. But just to point that it's important, because this is a cheek whistle. The whistle comes, I'm not really sure, but it comes from between where the air is coming out and this molars here and your cheek, or you know, the rim shot. I don't know how to explain, but basically your cheek is important here. So now again, this is all trial and error. You have to like spam it and different tongue positioning. I don't know if anyone had a tutorial on this one, because it's weird sound that I came up with. I'm not sure. Again, you have to practice with different cheek positioning, different mouth position, your jaw. Another tip I can give you is do not really pressurize that air that's coming out. Relax that air because it's not very pressurized. It's a really chill type exhalation. Yes, I'm sorry if it's hard to explain that sound, to be honest, so I hope you get it. Now for our last whistle tutorial, I believe it's gonna be on the Heartzel Ralik whistle, double whistle combo. But first you need to know how to do the Ralik whistle. It sounds like this. After that, I'll be teaching you that double Heartzel whistle. It sounds like this. Now for the Ralik whistle, it's not an easy sound. Two of these sounds are not very easy to get. You have to really work hard for it. You have to keep spamming it. Don't be lazy. Just, you know, work on it all day. Spam. So for the Ralik whistle, what you're gonna do is you have to lift your tongue up, cover the roof of your mouth. In some tutorials they mention it depends actually on you. What I do is I cover the roof of my mouth just behind the upper teeth. So this is basically how it looks like. Some beatboxers cover the roof of their mouth, but their tongue position is a bit just like right behind their upper teeth, like this, which I cannot do whistle, but some can. You know, it depends on you how, but you know, I'm teaching you how I got it. So I'm lifting my tongue up, but my tongue position a bit behind then the upper teeth, like this, a distance from your upper behind the upper teeth to where the Ralik whistle is actually happening. So once you get that tongue positioned, you need to block air from all sides except that one hole, and you need to let air out because that's where the whistle will be coming from. Because if I show you, if you notice, there will be a small hole where the whistle is coming from. So if you look at it, so you can see my tongue position is not just behind the upper teeth. There's a bit difference between, but you know, it depends on you how you learn it, but that's how I got it. Once you get the tongue position, you have to blow air out. Don't blow it too hard. So you have to start with like slower, more chill air. I don't know. So you have to start with a more slower air pressure, and you have to work your way. Now this again, this is trial and error. So you have to experiment what type of air pressure is perfect for that whistle. You have to keep on, you know, checking and experimenting with different tongue positioning, different air pressures, because not everyone will have the same way of learning this sound. Now once you get the Ralik whistle, it's time to learn the double Heartzel whistle. Now note that you need to have a really good control on the Ralik whistle. If you don't have the good control on that Ralik whistle, it will be really hard for you to learn this sound like I did. I did not have a really good, I still don't have a really good control on the Ralik whistle. I still don't have a really good control on both of these sounds, the Ralik whistle and the double whistle. So you really need to have good control on the Ralik whistle first. But if you believe you have a good control on the Ralik whistle, let's proceed to the next step. Now the sound itself is transitioning from different whistle pitch to another whistle pitch. This is done in different ways. There are two ways for me. One way is you have to close your mouth in a way to let air only from the sides. Now this is done if you smile. You have to close the middle part while leaving the sides open. Either both sides, that's one way, or you can do only one side. That's also another way. I've seen some, I actually do it sometimes. I've seen other these double whistle users do one side only. So it depends on you, but you know, you can start with any. So for the first variation, you have to smile, close the middle part, leaving spaces from the sides. So it's look like this. Now in this position, try to do that Ralik whistle. In the beginning, like now I'm doing it, it's not gonna sound very powerful, but you have to find that position for your Ralik whistle to work in this type of mouth positioning. Or you can also try, if you really know how to get this position now, you can also try just do the Ralik whistle and then transition to that position. So say. The other variation is just one side, so it's like, see, it's not opening, only this one. So note that the Ralik whistle itself, like the tongue positioning, does not change. Only your lips position change to change that pitch of the whistle. So again, you have to practice. So you have to find that sweet spot where you can get the Ralik whistle while your mouth is in that closed position. In the beginning, you might have troubles, like you can get the Ralik whistle, but you cannot get the whistle when it's like mouth closed, like this. You might sound like this. You just have to keep practicing that. You have to keep experimenting with airflow, the type of air pressure needed for this one, and the mouth position also. So yeah, again, keep practicing, man. So yeah, guys, this is going to be a long video, I believe, but you know, I'll be leaving timestamps for all those tutorials. So if you want a specific tutorial, I don't want, you know, there's separate videos for each tutorial. It'll be, you know, you have to like to watch this one and click another one. You know, it's better if all of it is in one video, right? Yeah. So yeah, that'll be it for this tutorial, guys. I believe I did not explain some of them that well, because these are really sound that depends on you. You have to experiment on them a lot. So I really hope you get some ideas. I'll be including links to other tutorials of these sounds that I think would really help you, that really helped me as well. So yeah, I'm just sharing my experience on how I got these sounds. So I hope it really helped you. There are some other advanced whistles that I did not cover. I cannot do them. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this tutorial. I really appreciate your support, and yeah, I'll be uploading more tutorials soon, so stay tuned, and thank you for watching. See you in my next video. You know what's coming, it's nothing really wicked.